1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has formed the National Coordination Committee to promote overall development of small and medium enterprises in the country. The Foreign Minister says China and Pakistan are working for early completion of projects related to the second phase of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The President has said bilateral trade relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan will further be enhanced with the opening of the Gwadar port. Pakistan's intelligence agencies have identified a major cyber attack by Indian intelligence agencies. Kashmiris will celebrate Pakistan's Independence Day as Thanksgiving Day on Friday with great enthusiasm, while they will observe India's Independence Day on Saturday as Black Day in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. China has urged India to provide non-discriminatory business environment to Chinese companies in the country. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has formed a 14-member National Coordination Committee to promote overall development of small and medium enterprises. According to the details, the Minister for Industries and Production, Hamad Azhar, will chair the committee. The committee will recommend policy, legal and regulatory measures with a view to generate and sustain economic activity, employment generation and poverty alleviation. The convener of the committee will brief the Prime Minister on a weekly basis on the overall progress on the implementation of Prime Minister's policy guidelines. The National Assembly unanimously passed a resolution today urging the government that the name of the Holy Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam should be written as Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Khatimul Nabiyyin sallallahu alaihi wasallam in all official and non-official documents. The resolution was moved by the Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs, Ali Muhammad Khan. In another resolution, the House recommended that the speech of the founder of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, to the Constituent Assembly on the 11th of August 1947 regarding minorities should also be made a part of the education syllabus. The National Assembly also passed the Anti-Terrorism Amendment Bill 2020. It was moved by the Minister for Law, Farooq Naseem. Earlier taking the floor, the Law Minister said it is a historic day that the Financial Action Task Force related legislation is being carried out with the consensus in the larger interest of the country. Farooq Naseem said whitening the economy and checking terror financing is important to take the country forward on the path of development. He said it is also our aim to simplify the legislation and ensure protection of fundamental rights of the people. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi, speaking on the floor, said the terror financing and money laundering are the menace that Pakistan has to confront head-on and eradicate. He said long deliberations were held with the opposition parties to reach consensus on the Financial Action Task Force related legislation, and the positive suggestions were honestly incorporated. The House also passed the Limited Liability Partnership Amendment Bill, the Companies Amendment Bill 2020, the Control of Narcotic Substances Amendment Bill 2020, and the Islamabad Capital Territory Trust Bill 2020. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said the current leadership of Pakistan and China is determined to further solidify the ideal bilateral relations. He was talking to the former ambassador of Pakistan to China, Naghmana Hashmi, who called on him at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Islamabad today. The Foreign Minister appreciated the services of Naghmana Hashmi as an ambassador to China. Discussing Pakistan-China relations with her, he appreciated the role of China and the way it has helped various countries, especially Pakistan, in the global epidemic situation. He said both the countries are working for early completion of projects related to the second phase of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. The ambassador of Afghanistan, Shukrullah Atif Mashal, paid separate farewell call on President Dr. Arif Alvi and the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi in Islamabad today. Speaking on the occasion, the president said bilateral trade relations between Pakistan and Afghan transit trade will further improve with the opening of the Gwadar port. Dr. Arif Alvi welcomed the Loya Jirga's recommendation on the release of prisoners. Shah Mahmood Qureshi, during the meeting, reiterated importance of Pakistan's bilateral relations with Afghanistan, saying Prime Minister Imran Khan has abiding interest in strengthening relations with all the neighbors, including Afghanistan. He emphasized that the Afghan leadership should seize this historic opportunity to achieve a comprehensive, broad-based and inclusive political settlement in Afghanistan. He said intra-Afghan dialogue will pave the way for sustainable peace in Afghanistan. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan's intelligence agencies have identified a major cyber attack by the Indian intelligence agencies. In a statement today, Inter-Services Public Relations said the cyber attack involved a range of cyber crimes, including deceitful fabrication by hacking personal mobiles and technical gadgets of government officials and military personnel. The statement said various targets of hostile intelligence agencies are being investigated. It said the Pakistan Army has further enhanced necessary measures to thwart such activities, including action against violators of the standing operating procedures on cyber security. An advisory is also being sent to all the government departments for identifying lapses and enhance respective cybersecurity measures. Kashmiris will celebrate Pakistan's Independence Day as Thanksgiving Day on Friday with great enthusiasm, devotion and respect, while they will observe India's Independence Day on Saturday as Black Day in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The call for the observance of the day has been given by the All Parties Hurriyat Conference and supported by various Hurriyat leaders and organizations. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference, in a statement in Srinagar, said Pakistan serves as a shelter for the Muslim community and the hearts of the Kashmiri people beat with Pakistan. APHC leader Sayyid Ali Gilani asked the people to observe a complete shutdown on the 15th of August to keep alive the tradition of observing India's Independence Day as a Black Day. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian troops, in their fresh act of state terrorism, martyred one more Kashmiri youth in Pulwama district. The troops martyred the youth during a cordon and search operation in Kamrazipura area of the district. In India, 3 people have been killed when protesters clashed with police over a provocative social media post about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Bengaluru city. Curfew has also been imposed in the surrounding areas to restrict movement. Ulema have appealed to the protesters to remain calm. China has urged India to provide non-discriminatory business environment to Chinese companies in the country. Chinese Foreign Ministry's spokesperson Zhao Liqian, during his regular briefing in Beijing while responding to a question regarding income tax raids on Chinese firms in India, said we are committed to safeguarding the legitimate rights and interests of Chinese companies and nationals. Cricket. The second cricket test match between Pakistan and England will be played at Southampton from tomorrow. The match will start at 1500 hours Pakistan Standard Time. England is leading the 3-match series 1-0. And finally, the weather. Hot and humid weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain, wind, thunder showers are expected in Islamabad, Upper Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Kashmir. To end the news, here once again are some of the headlines. Prime Minister has formed the National Coordination Committee to promote overall development of small and medium enterprises in the country. The Foreign Minister says China and Pakistan are working for early completion of projects related to the second phase of CPAC. The President has said bilateral trade relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan will further be enhanced with the opening of the Gwadar port. Those were some of the headlines, and that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.